Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk all about multipliers. The initial effects of fiscal policy can really snowball over time, and this is because of two central concepts. So we have spending by one person that becomes income to others, and increases in income that lead to increases in consumption. This implies that the tools of fiscal policy are even more powerful than what we previously thought or have indicated so far. Something that we want to talk about is the marginal propensity to consume, or MPC. And this is the amount of additional income that's consumed, or the amount of additional income that we're willing to go out and spend. So something that you'll want to write down, this is the marginal propensity to consume, or MPC formula. And it's just the change in consumption divided by the change in income. So MPC is not going to be constant across all people, and MPC will be in between 0 and 1. Today's post-Keynesian economists have come to the conclusion that over the long run, MPC is going to be approximately 0.9 on average. But again, this is not going to be constant across all people, and that's why we have to go ahead and calculate that for every individual. Now, the spending multiplier is interesting as well. This states that the total impact of fiscal policy is going to be multiple of that original spending created. So the spending multiplier gives us a formula that helps us determine the equation's effect on spending from an initial change of a given amount. And the formula we use for this is m raised to the s, or the the spending multiplier, is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus the MPC, or marginal propensity to consume. Now, keep in mind that in this formula, you want to make sure that your denominator is in parentheses. If you leave out these parentheses whenever you're plugging in, you're not going to get the right answer. An example of this, if our MPC is equal to 0.8, we can calculate our spending multiplier by taking 1 divided by 1 minus 0.8, and that's going to give us 5. So the multiplier, we can also kind of relate this to taxes. When we have less taxes, consumers have more money, and they can spend that money, and more money will then enter into the multiplier math. The multiplier also works in reverse. So increases in taxes and decreases in government spending can lead to subsequent declines that are going to echo throughout the economy. Basically, what that boils down to is as we make more, we'll spend more. And as we make less or are more concerned about the future, we will also go ahead and spend a little bit less. So here we have an example using that spending multiplier. We're supposing that MPC is 0.75, and we're saying if the government increases spending by 100 billion, workers will get 100 billion in income and spend about 75 billion. So that's what that 0.75 means. Other people will then get 75 billion in income from the workers' spending, and they'll spend 0.75, or about 75% of that. So about 56.25 billion. And this goes on and on and on. So the question they're asking is, what is the total increase in spending that's caused by government spending? Well, each time someone gets new income, they go out and they spend part of it. And after all the dust settles, the total impact is a multiple of the original spending created by fiscal policy. So the initial 100 billion in government spending will actually increase total income by more than 100 billion overall. Now, the example on this slide is figure 16.6 from your book, and it assumes that MPC is equal to 0.75, like we talked about before, and that the increase in G, or government spending, was 100 billion. You can see how this spending multiplies through the economy, and with each round, 75% of the prior round goes forward. This causes our aggregate demand curve to shift as the spending multiplies through the economy. And in the end, the total increase is 4 times the initial change in government spending, since that spending multiplier implied by MPC is equal to 0.75 is 4. So we get 4 rounds, and this is showing you the spending in billions of dollars if that MPC is equal to 0.75, and the savings in billions of dollars. So the original was 100, and we have our new spending of 400 billion. We're going to go ahead and wrap this video up with a practice what you know. So suppose the MPC is 0.9. What will the total GDP impact be of a $400 billion increase in government spending, or G? Now, in order to solve this, we need to find that the spending multiplier is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus that MPC. So we take 1 divided by 1 minus 0.9. Here the multiplier is 10, and we take 10 times 400 billion to get the correct answer of $4 trillion. This means that everyone spends about 90% of the dollars they received, and it goes on and on and on until we run through all of those multipliers. This is where we're going to go ahead and end this video. I recommend that you write down these formulas for your exam, and if you have any trouble solving or have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, I'll talk with you in the next one. Thank you.